Boys, welcome to the new SPL Season 4 Draft League. Yes, the Toronto Tyrants are in this joint again, bro. We got first round pick, which I've been doing draft longer than anybody in the game, bro. I'm telling you right now, at least currently, and I've never gotten first round. I have never gotten first round. So I had to make this joint absolutely crazy. Guys, leave a like, subscribe, check out all the coaches in the description, man. First round pick, I gotta get the absolute best one. I gotta get something crazy. I gotta get something broken. At least what I personally believe, for me at least, is the best mon. We got ChimpO. Let's do this fire crowd. Wait for it. Come on, bruh. ChimpO, one of my all-time favorite mons, if not maybe my favorite mon out of Gen 9. That's now like Iron Valley or Ogerpon. Like, I love ChimpO. I love the speed stat, right? 135, so I'm literally outspeeding whatever I want, right? It's the fastest mon I think drafted. That wasn't a Lecky. It is literally the fastest mon because nobody got like any of the electrodes because there's no Terra in this league, I should say. And funny enough, I actually did not put Sword of Ruin on it. There's a story behind this. So the story behind it is that me and a couple friends that are helping me build, who are helping me a lot, I guess you could classify it as like our front office. We like, and it wasn't even just me. A lot of people also forgot this, that you can just straight up just draft the same ability or whatever it is. You can't obviously do it on everyone though, and it locks it out. Like if I get Sword of Ruin on this guy, nobody else on my team can get Sword of Ruin, right? So I didn't put Sword of Ruin on it. So we have adaptability and Magic Guard, which Magic Guard is cool because I do some cool life orb stuff, bluff items for power amps or whatever it is. Bluff boots, you know what I'm saying? It could be really cool. Adaptability just does a raw damage, right? Just increased damage in my stats, right? So at some point, spoilers, I will bring it back to Sword of Ruin, but for week 1, it's not gonna be Sword of Ruin, right? But I mean, what's not much to say about this guy. He's really fast. He does a lot of damage. He's a strong Revenger, one of the strongest currently available in the entire board. He's a 19-point cap Pokemon, which is the highest point. It's only 5 mons in this tier. Mind you, the other ones are Goldengo, Great Tusk, Iron Moth, and Pecharunt. I came pretty close. I'm taking either Goldengo or Pecharunt. I want to use stuff I've never used before. So yeah, we got ChimpO. All right, next mon I actually wanted to get on the list is your boy Ursa Luna. I know I talked about, mons I've never used before, and I was like, hey man, I want to, I want to get some guys that I've never used before, and I've used Ursa Luna before. But the story about this mon is ever since I've used her, I've wanted to use her again. I love archetypes like this. You guys don't understand this about me. My most aggressive played competitive format that wasn't Gen 4 was Gen 5. And I loved bulky offense. I loved straight tank wars. It was even more common in Gen 7 of just straight tank wars. Tanks were going rampant, right? They were crazy. A lot slower paced games. I love that compared to Gen 9, which is not really slow paced. It is very fast. It is very aggressive. Things have really high damage numbers. And this is without Terra. I had Terra onto it and they're headed to the moon, man. So I had to pick up your girl Ursa Luna. Love this mon to death. I picked up Stamina for the first ability and Vessel of Ruin, which is Tinglu's ability on this gal. So basically we got Tinglu at home. It's also a ground type, right? So we got Tinglu at home. Which is absolutely crazy. No, she does not resist dark, but with the Vessel of Ruin, I may as well. You know what I'm saying? So I can be able to chew a lot of damage with this. Obviously, it's not as bulky as Tinglu, but it's the next best thing. And I just finished using Tinglu, so I don't want to use Tinglu again. Which, spoilers, Tinglu didn't get drafted until like the very last round, by the way, which is crazy, right? Crazy. But this mon is an insane breaker. I can do some crazy stuff with Curse, Vessel Ruin, or even like Spadaf Curse, Stamina. I can do some really cool stuff with this mon. She hits really, really hard. She's really tanky, and that's what I wanted to get with ChimpO. I already have speed and power. I want something a little bit slower, a little bit tanky. The next mon I actually got is on that same platform. We got Skarmory. Now, I don't think I've used Skarmory in a long time. Like some of these mons I've used before, but I haven't used them in a long time, right? So Skarmory, I don't think I've used Skarmory since Gen 6 draft. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy because I was like, Skarmory's boring, but now Skarmory's cool because Corviknight is boring. I don't know how to describe it. It makes sense. If you play the game, you might know. Corviknight is very boring, especially in draft. Very boring. I wanted to get Skarmory instead. Corviknight was still available at this point, but I just kind of didn't really I don't know. I kind of just didn't want Corviknight. And I got Well-Baked Body on Skarmory, which if you don't know, I'm completely immune to fire moves. I got a defense buff on that. And then not to mention as well too, we got Intimidate. So Intimidate is really big on this Pokemon. It's very big because, well, I've been doing my research in AAA. Obviously, I'm not as experienced in AAA like Suave or Joey, who've been playing it a lot. I think they're the two most experienced in the entire league. But I personally feel like if you don't have an Intimidate user in this format, you're kind of cooked, no? Like, I guess cooked is an aggressive term. You are struggling. You are going through it. You are going to be having a rough time. Sorry, I'm going to be drinking as I'm saying this because I got to get my energy up, right? I want to keep this video as like at home as possible. You know what I mean? But yeah, Skarmory is a fantastic pick. It's a ground immunity. I have a lot of physical defense with the Intimidate and Well-Baked Body. It's a fire immunity as well too, which is insane. And it kind of forces players, like people to run like different optional moves. Like this thing completely walls Iron Moth. Iron Moth is by far the best fire type in the entire format. And it completely walls Iron Moth because it has to run Discharge. It has to run Discharge. So it's forced to run a move like that. And when I have Ursa Luna with Vessel of Ruin as well too, I'm chilling. You feel me? I'm chilling. So Skarmory, again, not much to see on this guy. I get hazards. I get a lot of bulk. I can do some crazy stuff with Skarmory. It's very tanky, and it enables my ChimpO and Ursa Luna with the Intimidate, as well as other guys that I want to use. It is a huge enabler. Now, the next mod I wanted to pick up is Primarina right after Skarmory. Because I'm in the first spot, we're doing snake draft rotation. Every time it comes back to me, I get 2 mons immediately. That's why first and last place is usually the best spots to sit into. I would still kind of typically say it depends on your preference. First place, you get probably the best mod on the board. Last place, you could arguably have a better team because you get 2 mons immediately, and it is a while to come back to you in first place. And it's exactly what happened to me. And it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But I got Primarina. Why? Because I got sniped on Wellspring Ogerpon. Now, I've used Wellspring Ogerpon before, but I use her in a Natdex league, so I wanted to kind of use her in a format like this. Didn't really get her. So we got the next Pokemon Primarina, which it is, as this video goes up, it is June 1st. Happy Pride to my folks, my LGBT folks, man. Literally one of the greatest icons of Pride Month, bro. We got Primarina. And I could not be happier. One of my favorite starters of all time, one of the best shinies of all time. Yes, I'm glazing. I love Primarina. And I don't think I've ever used her in draft. I am very excited to use this mod. I've never used her at all, and she's very powerful. And over the course of the next few gens, she's been getting buff after buff after buff. She's Flip Turn now, which is absolutely huge. But that's the kicker, though. We have any abilities, right? So I gave her Regenerator, and I gave her Volt Absorb. Now, Volt Absorb was the only one that I'm probably going to honestly change, right? I have double healing. I'm probably going to end up changing it. I'll be honest. I don't mind leaking. I'll probably end up changing it to Lightning Rod. I know commonly people run like Drizzle with this thing, Primordial Sea. That's for a later because I do have a Primordial Sea mod. So it is arguably better on that mod than this mod. So you kind of have to like pick and choose your abilities and who you want it for because you can't just share abilities. Like it's draft. I know people are going to be like, oh, well, I play AA and the best things on this mod. Yes, I get that, but it's draft. So like not everybody can have these repeated abilities, right? Like if one mon got it, that's it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's the way we try to balance it because obviously if we played it like AA, well, everyone and their mother would have Dust of Land and Primordial Sea and freaking Sword of Ruin. You know what I mean? Some crazy abilities. But Regenerator is crazy. I wanted to initially have Regenerator on Ursa Luna and put Stamina on her, but I really like Flip Turn Regenerator. I think it works incredibly well. You know what I'm saying? She's very strong when it comes to that. So she's gonna be alive for a lot longer. A big problem of Primarina, even though she's a very strong mon, she's been very strong since release, is recovery, right? She doesn't have instant recovery. Like I think she has, oh my God, I'm blanking today. I haven't eaten anything today and I'm diabetic. So I literally will have like no memory sometimes, but the freaking water recover ability, not Aqua Ring, the other one, I think she gets that. I forget, I'm literally blanking what it's called, but that's just not as good. It's not like a big boost like Moonlight is, you know what I mean? Or Soft Boiled or even Recover. So I was just like, dude, let's get Regenerator. And Volt Absorb kind of speaks for itself. It's an immunity, right? Immunities are very good in this format. So it's gonna be big because our first opponent has Refrigerate Jolteon. I'm chilling, bro. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. So Primarina is absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, she's a slow pivot. So that slow flip turn is going to enable me to bring in ChimpO safely. It's going to enable me to bring in Ursa Luna, especially safely since Ursa Luna is very slow. Like ChimpO is a mod that's kind of hard to switch out with because I'm fast. I'm typically switching out first. Flip turn is really good because I can have that slow initiative to bring in something safely. Really just anything on my team I can bring in safely with that slow flip turn. So I am very happy to have this mod on my team. Now the next mod I had to get is Azelf. I think I've used Azelf once before, if not ever. I use Uxie all the time. I've never used Mesprit, so at one point I want to use Mesprit, but I've used Uxie a million times. I've won draft leagues with Uxie a bajillion times. You know what I'm saying? Uxie is my goat, dude. I love Uxie. I wanted to try the offensive variant. I've never really gotten the opportunity to use Azelf, and this thing is broken. My game plan is I wanted to get a huge special nuke bomb with this Pokemon, and that I did. We got Psychic Surge on this guy, and yes, he does get Expanding Force. It also helps with priority like Sucker Punch and First Impression and E-Speed. It's very good for these three moves because that's the worst thing about Azelf. He's a solid speed stat, and he's got very strong offense. The problem is he's frail, and he literally loses to Sucker Punch. Like, he just does. Like, anytime someone drafts Sucker Punch, I think Shady had this guy the last time, I think it was even drafted in the SPL. Yeah, bro, Sucker Punch. You know what I'm saying? Most times this guy, it's annoying. It's annoying. So I can completely turn off priority with that. And the second ability, Sheer Force. 125 special attack stat. With Sheer Force, he's absolutely insane because this guy's move coverage is nuts. T-Bolt, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Psychic. The list goes on. Explosion! The list goes on, bro. Like, this guy gets a lot of things. Now, I did think about Pixelate because Pixelate Explosion is absolutely crazy. But I want this guy kind of like my game plan with it. I want it to stay on the field. Obviously, Explosion just deletes one thing off the field, but I want him to stay on the field and delete things. And that he will. I've done damage calcs. He was doing 65 min Sheer Force life form. I swear to God, he's like doing some illegal numbers. He is doing some illegal numbers. Now, he is still frail, so I basically have to make right calls, right plays with this guy. But the nice thing, if there really isn't any immunities, I can spam. Like, it doesn't really matter if things are resisted with Sheer Force. I could spam, right? Because I typically like cleaning up with ChimpO anyway, so I can spam. It's gonna be huge. Like I said again, because this guy is frail, who brings him safely? Primarina. We love Mrs. Goldilocks. Yes, we do. Now, the next mon I got after this, guys, I'm full glazing. I want to use this mon like consistently in other non-formats of like this because I feel like it's an underrated paradox. And that's giving my boy, the GOAT, Slytherwing, bro. Dude, I've been obsessed with this mon since release. I love Volcarona. It's one of my all-time favorite bug types. Top 3. I love Iron Moth, and I love Slytherwing. All the variants have been very good. I've been saying Volcarona is just obnoxious since conception, because why is it broken in any format it's ever in ever, bro? No Boots meta, still broken, dude. Gen 5 meta, still broken. Dynamax meta, still broken. Z-Move meta, still broken. Terra meta, heavily broken. You know what I'm saying? Volcarona is crazy, and its lineages are also really cracked. Now, Slytherwing is a part of the lineage where he is honestly probably out of the 3 the weakest when compared to Iron Moth and Volcarona, but that's just because the other 2 are like clinically borderline broken as hell, right? But that doesn't mean that Slytherwing is not good, right? That doesn't mean that Slytherwing is not good. If 2 burgers are good and the 3rd is still, you know, pretty good, it's pretty good. I think this mod is crazy underrated. It's basically Heracross at home because it doesn't have the Guts power amp, right? You know what I'm saying? I could have given it Guts, but I went a little better. I gave this guy Scrappy, that way that I never have to think about a ghost immunity, right? Here's the problem. There are no ghost types drafted. I think the only ghost type drafted was, correct me if I'm wrong, well, I guess regular Rotom was drafted, and Hoopa, which I'm not gonna lie to you, those guys might rarely ever see play. The ghost that was drafted that will always see play is Pecharunt. It is Pecharunt. Chase got Pecharunt. So that mon will always, and I'm Scrappy close combat on a Pecharunt. I mean, it it's gonna do 2. It's gonna do 2 damage. You know what I mean? So Scrappy might get changed because there's no Terra, number 1, and number 2, hardly any ghosts are drafted. So that might get changed. But the big one, Tinted Lens. We got Tinted Lens. Now, anyone who plays with bug-type Pokemon knows how crazy Tinted Lens is, bro. Tinted Lens is doing increased damage on resisted moves, right? Or on resisted typing. So, because almost everything in their mother resisted thing stabs, I no longer have to think. I can pull up a damage calculator right now. I no longer have to think, and that's something that I like because, I mean, who doesn't like not thinking? You know what I mean? Who does not like that? Slytherwing with Tinted Lens versus, let's say, a Gardevoir who quad resists close combat. I'm doing 51% minimum. No investment on defense. Who also resists, well, I guess it's neutral on bug moves. U-turn is doing 60. First impression is doing 77 and 92. Like, what are we talking about? You know, like, what are we talking about? Like, this guy is absolutely insane. It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Now, obviously, Petroran and Corviknight are going to be taking its hits, but Gardevoir quad resists close combat, and it's doing 50%. Like, this guy is crazy as hell. This guy is crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of damage, and I think people kind of underestimate this mon. He's a lot of bulk. I think that's one thing. Like, he's not like other Pokemon that people kind of sleep on. Like, for example, he's not like Heracross, where Heracross has like 10 points weaker in a physical attack of 125. It's like literally tank your Heracross, right? Heracross has 80 HP, we get 85. Heracross has 75 defense, we got 79, right? Heracross has 95 speed F, we got 105. Right? Obviously, we're a little slower. Heracross got base 85, we have 81. But 4 points decrease in speed for noticeably like increased in bulk and attack power. I'm taking that. I'm taking that any day of the week. Probably one of my all-time Paradox mons. I feel like I kind of woke people up in draft with Iron Juggis when I had in the PPL. That thing was crazy, right? People kind of was like, oh, I don't know about Iron Juggis, man. Oh, it's on Fraud Watch. Brother, it does a lot of damage when the moves connect. It does a lot of damage when the moves connect. And I feel like with this Tinted Lens, you know, my moves, they don't really have low accuracy. They're always going to connect. CC, Leech Life, U-turn, you know what I'm saying? Next one I had to take, guys, is Big Thundy Eye Out. Now, I've definitely used this guy before. I've used him in Gen 9 draft. So another repeated mon. This guy with Ursa Luna. It's funny, the last time I had this guy is the last time I had Iron Valiant. I haven't had Iron Valiant since. To be fair, guys, Iron Valiant, she's banned in this. A lot of mons are banned, like Dragonite's banned. Sneaser's banned. Gouging Fire, Raging Bolt, a lot of these guys are banned, right? For reasons I feel like are extremely obvious. But Thundurus, I got some crazy abilities on this guy. We got Beads of Ruin. So we got, I don't even want to say Chi-Yu at home. We just straight up got Chi-Yu. Now, obviously, this thing doesn't hit as hard as Chi-Yu, right? It's got 125, and what is Chi-Yu? Like 140 something? Well, that was pre-nerf. I'm pretty sure it's like 135. Yeah, it's 135. So we're 10 points weaker, which is noticeable. But, I mean, Beads of Ruin, 10 points weaker, we're chilling. When a ground immunity, we're chilling. An actual speed stat of 111. Shout out to Angel numbers, 111. So an actual crazy speed stat, right? Versus Chi that's sitting at a flat 100. And more bulk. And we can be mixed if we want to be, because they have a 115 physical attack stat, but typically I want to run special because they have Beads of Ruin, right? But the other ability, Primordial Sea. This means that Thundurus is very hard to wall. This means that the only thing really walling Thundurus is a bulky grass type. It's a bulky grass type because Thundurus isn't really checked by ground types anymore because I have Weather Ball that is permanent water, right? Permanent. Unless somebody brings in like Desolate Land or like which turns to fire, or if somebody brings in like freaking Delta Stream and their Weather Ball is just normal at that point and lose the boosted power, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, this Thundurus is very hard to stop. The only thing he's gonna struggle with is just sadly bulky grass types. I could potentially change some things around. I don't know, man. Maybe with Gen 5 remakes, maybe Legends Year, Gen 10, these guys get like flying moves because they sadly don't. I really wish Bleakwind, I guess he doesn't have Bleakwind. Wildstorm, I really wish Wildstorm was flying. I really do. That would have been crazy. Y'all might see me do Power Herb Fly, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, dude, Thunderous, absolutely very powerful mon, very strong, solid speed stat because I love having mons over 110, and he hits really hard. You know, I think people kind of forgot because he plays such an offensive support role. I think people kind of forgot how hard he hits. He hits very hard, like very hard. So I'm really looking forward to abusing this mon. And it's another ground immunity. And we have a fire immunity. He's literally Skarmory 2.0 because, yeah, so I'm not worried about fire types on my team at all, man. Primordial Sea Thunderous, double immunity, and Ursa Luna, Skarmory, double immunity, low baked, and freaking ground. Like, I'm not worried about fire at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about it at all. But this guy's gonna be crazy, dude. His special damage nuking is gonna be nuts. Y'all know I had to get Baby G. I had to get Baby G, one of my all-time favorite Kantomons. Love her to death with Vileplume. As a kid, I'm pretty sure when I was like really young, it was my favorite mon of all time because it was my first mon that I got to level 100 in Pokemon Red. So I love this thing to death. Look at her little smile. Her arms, I love Vileplume. Plume, plume. I got some crazy abilities on Vileplume, guys. I got Prankster and Corrosion. Now, here's our problem with Corrosion. Why won't you just let me Sludge Bomb a Steel type? If I can poison the Steel type, why can't I Sludge Bomb it? Like, they only did it for the status and not for the damage. Because they love their Steel types. They would have been pretty big on Steel types. I guess because also Salazzle is part Fire and it already, like, nukes Steel types. Like, it is a Steel killer. Which I guess. And freaking Glamora has Earth power. So I guess. But man, do I wish that, you know, it could also hit Steel types. But Prankster's huge for Strength Sap, Leech Seed, Stun Spore, right? Sleep Powder's banned. We're not allowing sleep for obvious reasons. And then like Corrosive is cool. Corrosion because I literally can poison really bulky Steel types, right? Like Joey got Tickaton, I can get poisoned. You know what I'm saying? Treads is drafted, I can get poisoned. So it's like wear and tear, right? Like she's gonna be helping a team with wear and tear. Like sadly, she does not get T-Spikes. They give everyone and their mother T-Spikes this gen, except her. Which you look at these plumes, they're very poisonous. You definitely can see the logic on why she could put up T-Spikes. She can't. Maybe next gen. Maybe Legends ZA if she's available. Maybe next gen. I don't know, but she can't. Regardless though, it's very good. It's a fighting resist, right? Which is phenomenal because I have ChimpO and Ursa Luna. And my fighting resist outside of Azelf and Thunderous, my bulky ones are Prima and Slither. So I wanted like another really good fighting resist. So we got that with Vileplume. You know what I'm saying? Another fairy resist. Huge. Actually huge. I don't want any fairy abusers going too crazy on me. I don't think there's any really broken fairy types that were drafted. Like at all. A lot of the crazy ones are gone. Like I'm pretty sure the craziest one is ENAMT. But Vileplume is going to be very massive on trying to like I said, wear and tear. She's going to be huge on wear and tear. Especially she's praying to Strength Sap to try and minimize some guys who set up on me and they're way too crazy, like a Great Tusk, right? I can potentially wear that down. I can literally 1v1 Great Tusk. I can literally 1v1 Great Tusk with this build. Like if it's like a +1 Great Tusk, Strength Sap, I'm chilling. You feel me? I'm chilling. So it can 1v1 some crazy physical offense guys. So I love it to death. Had to scoop up one of the coolest ice types ever made, Alola Slash. It's a hazard remover with Rapid Spin. And it's 1 point. Right at this point now, I don't have many points left. Vileplume was 5 points. I spammed a lot of points. Like literally every mon is double digits up until Vileplume. Like everything, 19, 14, 15, 14, 16, 14, 16, and then 511. So I had to get a dope 1 point budget mon. For 1 point to completely remove hazards is phenomenal. I also put up hazards myself. Right, another rocker, another hazard setter upper, very clean, right? Another steel type, very cool. And I put sturdy, that way that I can do sturdy boots and always remove hazards or always put up those last minimum hazards. Cause it's not a slow mon, like at all. Sandslash, Alola, I think people kind of just always look at its Slush Rush speed stat and not him, like 65 speed, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like horribly slow. Basically what I'm saying is it's not 30 point speed, right? I have sturdy. I'll always live, right? And he does have Metal Burst and counter, so we can do some crit stuff with sturdy. But my point with that is like I can be able to outspeed like tanks and then get that speed off because most tanks are not running speed This guy, 9 times out of 10 is running speed. You know what I'm saying? Just to try and outspeed the slower guys. You know what I'm saying? But the big one, I put on Flash Fire. So, yeah, Iron Moth is not getting me, bro. Iron Moth is not getting me at all. I will not deal with Iron Moth shenanigans whatsoever. So this guy's gonna be huge for that. Not much to say. He removes hazards, puts up hazards himself. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. Out of the fairy resist, so it's very strong against obnoxious fairy mons, like Tink especially. But Gigaton still hurt. So you know. And the final mon on the Toronto Tyrants, the final absolute final mon. Had to pick up your boy. Bayonet, dude. Bayonet. Now, here's the pattern. A lot of people were pointing it out when we were doing the draft stream this morning on Joey's channel. I got a lot of blue on a team. Shout out Blue Hunters. I got a lot of blue on a team, bro. I got a lot of blue. Now, Bayonet, I came pretty close. I'm putting Prankster on it so we can run some baby mega version. You know what I'm saying? Sadly, Prankster just made more sense on Vileplume, especially because it's such a strong ability and you kind of have to like allocate the abilities properly. And I would probably bring, like when you get it's a 1-point mon. It's a spin blocker. It's a 1-point mon. Fighting immunity. If they don't have Scrappy, which I'm not gonna lie to you, most fighting types got Scrappy. But it's a spin blocker is really the big thing. And I really just want, like, it's 1 point. Who cares? It's 1 point. But I couldn't, in good conscience, put Prankster on this guy over Vileplume. I couldn't do that. So we put in Shadow Shield. So that way I can be able to try and get off some really cool, like, ST sneak stuff. And then Technician is the big one because I can literally get chip damage. I can get some crazy chip damage, especially with my team. You guys notice guys like Azelf, ChimpO, even Slytherwing, they really want that chip damage to where they don't need to like set up and just claim the kill, right? Like those calcs. So we're doing a Slytherwing 50 to 70. Like that's 50 to 70. Technician Shadow Sneak, maybe he does 20, maybe he does 30. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who hits. So that could be enough chip with some hazards for these guys to clean up. So it's a game plan with that, right? It's definitely not something to sleep on. This guy has an incredibly high attack stat. I mean, obviously the Mega's got one of the highest ghost physical attacks in the entire game, but even regular Bayonet is 115. It's definitely not something to scoff at. Sadly, it's its only real stat. Literally, it's its only real stat. But it's fine. That is literally fine. I get Technician Shadow Sneak off, I'm good. I get Shadow Shield Will-O-Wisp off, Destiny Bond even, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some cool shenanigans that I can do with Bayonet. And obviously, when you get like the lower point mons, it's very matchup dependent. So whatever matchup looks good for Bayonet, I'll bring it. And guys, that is the team. That is the team. So I think my team, genuinely no glaze, is top 3. I have a hilariously strong team. I think no glaze, it's a very powerful team, right? I'm feeling very good about it. ChimpO is at a very good speed stat. I know in AAA, Goldengo is the best one in the format. But I just wanted a first round pick. I just wanted something really fast that's hard to prep against because you gotta run a Scarfer or they're forced to run. Like most people are running like Surge Surfer and like Swift Swim. Yeah, in my team, you are kind of forced to run that if they don't run Choice Scarf. So it's very strong for prep. Like I said, it's one of, if not the most fastest mon. Well, Alecki was drafted. But outside of Alecki, it is the fastest mon drafted in the entire format. So I'm very confident in the ChimpO pick over Pecharunt and Goldengo. And I'm very confident in my team. I think it's top 3. For sure, top 3, top 4. Guaranteed top 5. But I think it's arguably top 3. And I got a lot of cringe, a lot of strong, a lot of honest stuff. Guys, strong season coming in. I want to win this whole league. I do. I'm going full egoist. I want to win this whole league. I want to do it. I know that I can do it. I have beaten players who most people, acknowledge that would say that win this whole thing. I am potential man. I get crazy upsets on some of the best players in these leagues. You know what I'm saying? So I'm full of confidence, Connor. I want to win this whole thing. I want to win this whole thing and it'd be sick, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be kind of cool? Guys, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the team down below. Shout out Advanced GG as well too. We're now sponsors. You can use my code Nexus at checkout for 10% off your order. So definitely make sure to do that. If we can sell 50, we can get a shaker. So guys, please, if you use it, tweet at me and let me know. Guys, let me know what you think of the team. We'll be posting this next week. We already played week 1. We'll be posting this next week for you guys every Saturday, Sunday. You guys know how this goes. And I will see y'all when I see y'all.